Chester FC women are in the midst of a promotion scrap at the top of the North West Women's Regional League. Chester women found themselves second in the league before a huge promotion six-pointer on Sunday with third place Poulton Vicks. In preparation for the clash, the Chester team were put through their paces at the King George Sports Hub, their £2 million training ground that they share with Chester FC men's. The team, managed by Martin Fitzsimons, have been on a terrific run of form in the league, having only lost 2 games all season, one of them being to this weekend's opponents. But could the Seals keep the pressure on the leaders Wythenshawe women? We arrived at the Leap 76 Stadium on Sunday, home to both the Chester men and women's teams. A tough match ensued, but unfortunately Chester were unable to break down the opposition as Poulton ran out deserved 1-0 winners. I spoke to manager Martin Fitzsimons after the game for his take.
I didn't think there was a lot in it, to be honest, similar to when we played them the first time. I think probably a 15-minute period where we should have defended better. We couldn't get out, we couldn't get to grips with what they were doing, and we should have, because it wasn't like they were overrunning us or anything like that. We just weren't doing the basics of getting to the ball first and winning the first ball and the second balls. But yeah, and I think that's the frustrating thing. I don't think we were outclassed today or anything like that. I think, like I say, for 15 minutes in the game we just stopped. And it's little decisions where our football intelligence probably needs to improve a little bit.
Chester struggled to break out of their half throughout the game, often being pinned in, but when they did break, the amount of offsides they accumulated when the opposition were there for the taking frustrated their manager.
Potentially it was a little bit of both. I think the timing of the runs is something that's happened. There were moments in the game where there's people waiting, and they just don't readjust their run for whatever reason. So I think, like I say, that football intelligence of just kind of making sure that you are onside. I think a lot of the time you could see the line, the player could see right across the line, but they were still offside. So yeah, I think it's something at our level that needs to improve in general, to be honest. I think Sergio Aguero was great at it, the little runs he used to make and things like that. So yeah, that's something we'll definitely be looking to put right.
Chester now find themselves in third place and 3 points behind the league leaders. With a far inferior goal difference, the manager now believes they must play for second.
16 Charlotte now.
It was unlikely that they were going to drop points again. We would have had to win all of our games, including our return fixture against them, and hope that they drop points elsewhere. So it was going to be a tough ask anyway. I think realistically now we're probably looking at playing for second place and hoping that an application can go in from us with a strong backing from the club with our facilities and the infrastructure we've got here, and hope that stands us in good stead to go up.
A crowd of 127 gathered to watch a team that has improved remarkably over the last year. So how much has Fitzsimons enjoyed working with his team and watching their growth?
Do you know what? I love him. I love every single one of them. There isn't a player in the league that I would swap one of my players for. They're fantastic. The work ethic they put in is phenomenal. Every week, Tuesday and Thursdays in training. There isn't one time we've lost a game of football for a lack of effort, and that's obviously the bare minimum that me or any manager would expect from them, and they've always given it me. I'll thank them for that every single day of the week, but ultimately they understand that they come here to work hard, and that's what they want to do. They get their enjoyment from working hard and playing well and playing together. So yeah, I think I've loved every second of it, because as long as you've got people that want to work hard and want to win games of football, it's always going to be enjoyable for me. I think the complications and the frustrations come when the mistakes come in and things like that, especially with the talent group that we've got, because I know what they can produce when they're on it. And when we are on it, there's no reason why we can't beat your Poultons and your Wythenshaws and things like that. We've pushed both teams really, really close, but we've just not got over the finishing line. So yeah, I love working with my group of players, and like I say, I wouldn't change anyone for any one player that we've come up against this year.
The future of the club is certainly looking bright, and with the fantastic facilities they possess, we hope Chester FC women can win promotion and progress the club even further. We thank you very much for watching.